Hi, I'm Jerry Kelvin, and my channel is all about photographing and filming wildlife. Now, what have I got in store for you today? Let's take a look. Hi and welcome to Phillip Island. Now today we're doing something a little bit different than I normally do. I'm taking you to have a look at Swan Lake. Ooh, I can hear them warming up already. So let's go and have a look at Swan Lake. Head down the trail here and there's lots of things to see like kangaroos and things like that. So let's get going, shall we? That is what the wallabies have been eating, a banksia flower. It's a banksia tree behind me here, and they're really pungent smell on them, of like a really rich dark honey with a bit of a nutty sort of smell to it as well. So they're loving them, nice and sweet, beautiful to smell. Put a bunch of them in your house, that'd be awesome. Really make the house smell nice. And what's it taste like? Lots of butterflies flying around at the minute as I'm walking down the track to the lake. Got some really nice looking bark on trees around here. Lots of character about them. Love the ocean trees. They're low and you have a lot of shape to them, a lot of character. Oh, all the butterflies are gone. Oh, we'll move on. Well, I've come away from the hides off of the lake onto this platform here, and I'm getting some great results because down there, then the hides aren't positioned well where the sun is. The sun's coming up directly in front. So when you're looking out of the hide door, the sunlight's right in your face. There's no water out there anyway, so there are a few birds eating seeds and things off the grasses out there. And I would have got some great shots of those Cape Barren geese flying right at me, but because the sun's behind them, they're not going to look any good. And on the south side shack, the hide, there's a little bit of water there, but there's not many birds going over there. They all want to go over the other side. But I've been getting some great results with birds flying over the top of here. The Cape Barren geese, fantastic. You can hear them coming. Now we have a few little things here that we need to take into consideration with the 7D Mark II. Beautiful blue sky as the birds come over. Then they're going to drop down to the lake. We've got tree line here. So I have my ISO set to 500 so that it can go, our aperture can go up and down nicely in TV mode. So it'll shut down, the aperture will shut down as we hit that beautiful blue sky. Got some little clouds at the back there that might cause a lot of reflection. So I want to shut down a little bit. As we come into the tree line, it'll want to open up again because we've not got so much reflections in the background. So having it at TV mode is the best way when we have these sort of conditions going from one environment to another. Have our ISO set to a level that'll cope with that sort of conditions as well. So aperture can open and close without locking open and saying, hey, in a minute, I haven't got enough light coming in, I'm not going to give you good exposure. So that's what we do with our ISOs. We just get it to a balance point where we don't want too much for noise. We don't want too little where we're having that problem. And the focus point is set to just one focus point, but with the expansion, with the 9-point expansion, because I have those distractions of the trees in the background, we don't want the focusing to drop off onto them. I want it to keep on the subject. So yeah, just at 1 point is how I've got it set up, because a cluster just won't work properly here. It'll just go, oh, trees in the background, I'll go for them. They've got a better contrast than what you're trying to photograph. So that's how we set up our 7D Mark II in this sort of environment. Just a little bit too far away there. There you go. Hang on a minute, they're a bit closer. Oh, lovely. Well, my fun is over. The clouds have all swallowed up the sun, but I had an awesome time. It was really good. Quite enjoyed it. Got a lot of stuff. Back down in a tree line, get away from the wind, take some photographs of the wallabies and things like that with the flash on. So we'll have a look at how I go about that in a minute. I didn't tell you before about back button focusing. Now, for those who haven't tried it or don't know what it is, on the 7D Mark II, it's really essential to take the focusing off our shutter button and go to the buttons at the back there. So you've got AF on, so while, and I'm saying so, and I'm supposed to be stopping that, when we put our finger on that button, the focusing system starts straight away. So now we have control over when the focusing system starts and stops. Wallabies going past me here, distracting me. There's a little star button just there. I found with the shape of the back, sometimes I would hit that and it's not focusing. To alleviate any mistakes in the heat of the moment, all of a sudden a bird pops up at you. Oh, it's not focusing. Oh, missed it. I have done that when I first started with the 7D Mark II. Just the shape of my thumb and everything, I guess. But I assigned it to that little star button. Took it off the shutter button at the front, so the shutter just releases the shutter. That's all it does. And we now have two buttons at the back that I can go to with confidence. In the heat of the moment, I know I'm going to get focusing system started when I want it to. So you can go into our menu to change how buttons are configured. Switch them off, switch them on, make them do something else. Hit the Q button, highlight your little camera icon, and then with this wheel just turn it to whatever you want. So the star button now does focusing. We have the flash on, ready to go. Our environment has changed. There's hardly any light in here. It's very dark now with all this cloud over. I can still get some great images with the flash on. And we do have to take into consideration that wallabies, kangaroos, have very good vision at night, so their eyes will be red. That's what tends to happen a lot with the flash on. And we just go into Photoshop, other programs that we have, and paint the eye a little bit, mould it in so it looks nice, and we'll be fine. Now, how do I have the camera set up for flash photography? Go into manual mode. Things aren't going to change much except for our aperture. We'll be going up and down with that with different distances. So if it's up close, we can shut the iris down a little bit. With the 7D Mark II, if it's say 2 meters away from me, f11 probably somewhere around there, that's all we're doing. And if it goes to 3 to 4 to 5 meters away, we just keep clicking open. let a bit more light in. With the sensor on this 7D Mark II, we can go to 1000 and 2000 ISO without getting much noise at all. 2000 is what I would call the tip-off point. Don't go any further than that. We do have a lot of noise reduction in post with Digital Professional. When you go in there, put your photograph in there and you watch, you'll see a bit of grain in the background, a bit of noise, and it melts away. So Canon have cheated a bit and done software based noise reduction. But anyway, let's forget about that. Quite happily go up to 2000 ISO, which releases use enormously with all types of things. Shutter up and down with your 1000, 2000, 3000. Just play with your camera, see what works for you at different distances. I just prefer, when I'm walking around, shutter speed to 1000, freeze the action, just move my aperture up and down. Let's have a look at what I can find around here. Still some wallabies around. Now, how do we sync up our flash with our camera? Because we're using a thousandths of a second, very fast shutter speed, we need to set the flash up to match. We go into manual mode on the flash, have the flash set to full power so that we can utilise a good distance with it and up close. So like I've already said, we're shutting down the iris when we're up close, opening up when we're further away. So having on full bore all the time keeps us ready for any sort of situation. Then we go down to our high speed sync with the flash. So it has a little H on it with a little lightning strike. We click that button and put it onto our high speed so that it syncs up with the shutter speed, and we're laughing. If we didn't, with what is it, ETTL, we only get 200th or 250th of a second with our shutter speed. Doesn't matter what you set it to on the camera, once you start pressing the button, it'll automatically go back to 250th of a second. So yeah, we want it in manual mode, high speed, curtain sync. Now we're right to go. Just remember, have a play, muck around in the backyard before you go out into the bush, and see how your camera will give you good exposures at up close and further away by just moving the aperture up and down. What a great little place Swan Lake is. Get yourself up here and have a look. Phillip Island, up near the Nobbies. Lots of birds in flight. Good opportunities for our photography and filming as well. When the lake's full, you get even more action. Get up early though, just as the sun's cracking up over the hill. Beautiful, that really fantastic, nice, beautiful light shining back over your shoulder. Birds come up over the hill, bang, 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 beautiful shots. And we also have lots of opportunities if the sun's not out in the park itself, in amongst the trees here, along the walks, lots of wallabies. Lots of other things, insects. If you've got a close-up lens, there's opportunities there for taking photographs of insects. That's enough for me today. If you'd like to subscribe, click on the subscription button down below and you'll get notification whenever I do anything else. And if you'd like to have a look at all the things I've been doing over the years, like practicing at wildlife documentaries, the odd camera review and little ditties like this, click on the icon down there, little cow holding the sign, and just remember, if you don't do, you don't get. So get out there and start photographing and filming wildlife. See ya! great photographs. We'll have a look at them when I get back home on the computer. You want them to do, and it's crazy. Swamp, isn't it? So we'll call it the swamp, the lake, and rabbit on. You can't go off the track. Well, not supposed to go off the track anyway. But I can't move around much. Anyway, I'm waffling. That is what the wallabies have been eating. This is what the wallabies are eating. And that is... Thanks, yeah. Lots of... Hi and welcome to Phillip Island. Now today I'm doing something a little bit different than I normally do. And that is take